What is up, you guys, and welcome back to my channel. So for those who are new here, my name is Nicole. I'm now a 5th year kindergarten teacher, and if you haven't been keeping up with the series, it is back to school time, and I am dedicating this vlog to all of the beginning of the year tips to help transition you from summer mode to school mode. Because let's be real, we have been chilling, we have been relaxing, we have not been on a set schedule. And so transitioning back into the classroom after having almost 2 months off can be a little bit of a challenge. So I'm gonna give you all some helpful tips to kind of make that transition a little bit better. So if that's something you wanna see, then just keep watching.
Live your life within the moment, and don't go wait until the morning. You never know when it is over. All that I know is we'll get older. So let us dance this night away.
Okay, so the first thing is set the rules and expectations of your classroom from day one, especially when you teach younger children. They don't typically know what a classroom setting is like, so they're gonna be really just shocked and surprised about everything. So it's so important to set those rules and expectations the first day and continue to do it throughout the year. Because when you hit May, all bets are off. Everything is gonna go cuckoo bananas and it's just gonna get chaotic. Last year, for my first year of teaching kindergarten, I wasn't really the best with enforcing the rules. So it definitely came back in May and it was a little chaotic. So definitely need to think about that. You know, you want to be a little strict with the children, but you don't want to be a mean strict. You want to show them like, hey, this is how we act in this classroom. This is how we do things. This is how we act like tiny humans here. So it's just really important to set those rules and expectations on day number 1 and continue to enforce them throughout the weeks you have of school. The next tip is list out everything you want to accomplish within the first week or the first day of school. Because let's be real, the first day of school is gonna be chaotic. It's gonna be insane. You're not gonna finish your cup of coffee. You're not gonna sit down the whole entire day. It's gonna be chaos. Like, if we're being completely honest, it's chaos. There's never been a year that I have not had it been chaos, but it's okay. So my advice to help with that chaos just a little bit is either list out everything you want to go over the first couple of days or create a Google slide. I personally like Google Slides. I use them for everyday instruction and I can link in what I want. I can put videos in, music, timers. So I'm a big Google Slides girl. I love them, love them, love them. But have it written down. So your rules and expectations, have them written down somewhere. It's great if you put them on an anchor chart so the kids can like actually visualize and see them, but if not, just have them written down on a piece of paper next to you. That way you're not forgetting something when you need to teach it. Plus, prepare more than what you think you need. Yes, I said it. You need to prepare more on the first couple of days of school than what you think you need, because you're gonna think an activity is really nice and great the first couple of days and you're just like, wow, that was a dumpster fire. And so having those extra activities will just make your life a lot easier. And if you don't use them, that's okay. You have copies made for if you need a sub or if you need an early finisher activity, like you have those. So really, if you don't use them the first day, you can just use them throughout the 9 weeks, 6 weeks, whatever your schedule is on, and it'll help prepare you and save you later on down the road. Create a to-do list. Guys, the amount of trainings, the amount of quizzes and tests and all of the things we have to do at the beginning of the school year is insane. Not only is it crazy because of, just getting back into the swing of things, but we have so many tests we have to take, especially if you're a new teacher. Lord, I will be saying some prayers for you because you have so much to get done, and you do have deadlines to get all of it done, and it can be very stressful. Don't try to do it all in one day. Please don't. Just set yourself time within your conferences if you have time in between something. Just don't do everything in one day. Set yourself up for success, not for failure. So create a to-do list. If you even want to get a little jazzy with it, put down the days you want to do specific items. So let's say you need to finish your LPAC training. You need to look at the module. You need to take the quiz. Okay. Set yourself time. Let's say you want to do it Tuesday. So Tuesday you're going to be getting that done. Now, I personally have a weekly to-do list of like lesson planning, and which I will cover that all in a separate video. But I think having to-do lists and even setting out like when you want to specifically do it helps alleviate stress for educators. So definitely create a to-do list. If you can get a little jazzy with it, add a little time and date that you want to do it. So again, it's the beginning of the school year. I don't know how your district does it. I know in the past we would come Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and then we would start the first full week the week after that. That's not how it is this year. We actually are going for a full week, which is so weird. It's so weird, but it's okay. So my advice is if you have like a Wednesday or Thursday or even the full week, spend the first 2 days going over routines and expectations, but getting to know your students. Someone told me this my first year of teaching, and it has always stuck with me. And it's getting to know your students well enough to when Christmas time rolls around, you kind of have an idea of what you think their gift would be. Like if you gave individualized gifts to your students, know your students well enough that you would be able to buy them the gift that they would want. And I'm not talking about Switches. I'm not talking about Messi or Ronaldo shirts. I'm talking about something genuine to something that they would really like. Like if you have a student who really likes to draw, get them like markers, a paint set, something like that. It's genuine to them and they would actually truly appreciate it. So know your students. It's so important to make those connections with your students because you're with them for 8 hours a day. They are looking up to you as a teacher, of course, but a mentor. Some of them might even look up to you as a motherly figure. So know your students enough to know when something might be bothering them, when, things just seem tough and you're just like, hey, I noticed you're down. Would you like to be my little helper for today? Miss Todd just needs some extra help. And that just gives them a way to feel more connected in class. It's so important for it. I cannot stress that enough. So know your students well enough to be able to pick out a gift for them for Christmas time. So my advice is also to be flexible with your instruction. In a beautiful, perfect world, we can have our 9 or 6 weeks, whatever your schedule is, set up to go, boom, we have everything done. Unfortunately, that's not the case, especially with the beginning of the school year. You have a lot of drills that you need to practice. You have testing that is happening. You have a lot of moving parts. And therefore, at the beginning of the weeks, you don't technically have a lot of time. Not only are you trying to get the students transition back into school life, you're trying to teach the rules and the expectations, and you have testing. So truthfully, that doesn't leave much time for you to actually teach content. So be mindful of that, but be flexible as well. The first 9 weeks or 6 weeks, you don't have to do all the cutesy stuff. In fact, I don't recommend it the first couple of days because it is, again, mayhem and chaos. But I would later on once the kids like have their routines and expectations established. But just be flexible. You know, I'm a type A person. I plan things out, and when things don't go accordingly, I freak out and I get a little anxious. Like, I'm very stuck into my routines, very all of that. And it's one of the things that I do have to work on. But knowing that not every single day the stuff that you plan or the stuff that you had envisioned will work. And it's okay. You will just have to try to learn to be a little bit flexible and to just modify and adjust. That's just one of the things as an educator we just have to do, because not everything works. You might have a paper jam and you can't print off the activity you want. The activity you wanted probably won't go the way you want, and then just with all the testing and all the beginning of the year stuff. So just be flexible for the first couple of weeks. But hopefully this kind of gave you an insight to what the beginning of the school year looks like. Hopefully I gave some tips and advice just to kind of help you out. I know as a first year teacher, I was so nervous just because I had no idea what to expect. And I just wanted to give some of the tips and tricks that I have learned over the 5 years of being an educator. So hopefully this helped you out. If you are a teacher and you have any more beginning of the year tips, please comment it down below, because we are going to try to build up this community. We are going to motivate each other and inspire each other. But I am going to go ahead and end off our adventure here. If you like this video, go ahead and give it a big thumbs up. And if you haven't already, go ahead and hit that subscribe button so you can join our little family. But I love y'all so much, and I cannot wait until our next adventure. Bye, guys.
I'm not afraid to love you. I'm not afraid.